game reviewing Superhot, the game that not only lets you manipulate time within each step, but manipulate the game within the game itself. So make sure you get that katana ready, grab that shotgun for those enemies coming later, and make sure you grab that pistol and throw it at the next guy, and let's get started.
That's right, folks, the critically acclaimed FPS meets puzzle title Superhot has finally come to Xbox One. Originally having this reveal at E3 2015 under the Idea Xbox event, and eventually releasing in February for PC and PS4, Superhot puts you in the hands of two gaming pals who discover the title of Superhot. Eventually getting hands-on with the title and discussing levels, the two eventually go deeper, unlocking secret levels which not only begin to gradually take one of the pals in, but makes them become the game itself. Superhot makes you play the game while becoming the game. Also featured in Superhot is the unlockable challenge mode, which gives you a select item to use or a select style to play in. It has a katana only mode, a 2013 version of itself to play in, a shotgun only mode, and many more crazy variables and instances to play through. It runs you through some of the levels you use throughout campaign to give you a feel for challenge mode. The layout of the level may be the same, but some of the spawn will be majorly different compared to its campaign predecessor, and definitely gives you a shake of what all the crazy things it has for you within challenge mode itself. Also featured in Superhot is Endless Mode, which the name itself gives it away. It's basically an all-out how long you can survive mode within the time-based, body-switching, weapon-throwing, enemy-stunning, puzzle-inducing, slow-motion killing realm of Superhot. The higher you go, the harder it gets. The more enemies that spawn, the more crowded it gets. The more challenging the level tends to make itself out to be. Superhot's Endless Mode definitely makes itself to be throwing curveballs at you throughout your survival in this mode. It gets crazy once the numbers start peaking in the double and triple digits.
Now, when I first seen Superhot's E3 reveal at the Idea Xbox event where they're doing the indie countdown and showed that brief glimpse of gameplay, and all I seen was time slowing down and bullets flying everywhere, I was absolutely curious about what was going on in Superhot. But now that I've gotten the hands-on with Superhot, beat the campaign and everything else, I'm glad to get this review out to you guys and absolutely say that I am impressed by what is going on within Superhot. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the pro.
My first pro for Superhot is that the story for this game can get really crazy once it begins to unravel itself. The game makes it seem like everything is fine and you're playing a normal regular game until it's revealed that the game begins to play you, and that people within the game are trying to take control of you, trying to turn you into the code within the game itself with statements like mind and software, and controlling what you say to your friends after you play the game, and then making you watch your own actions to what you do to yourself. Superhot gets crazy in the aspects of the story. It's one big mind trip after another within Superhot. My next pro for Superhot is that the gameplay for this game can get pretty intense sometimes. Not only are you watching out for the rare guys who's out to kill you by any means necessary, you're also controlling time with the steps you take. Don't move at all and the universe around doesn't move at all. Move all around, the world suddenly moves in real time around you. And the fun doesn't stop there. Everyone, including yourself, dies by one hit. So if you get hit by a bullet or they get hit, it's a done deal. Superhot has some very unique instances how to go about killing the red guys. It's a pro for me. My next pro for Superhot is that challenge mode and endless mode provides nothing but crazy fun after you beating the campaign. It gives you one hell of a fun time for what challenges you can do in challenge mode, from katana only, shotgun mode, speedrun mode, plus melee mode, 2013 mode, and many more. Now on the other side for endless mode, it's just crazier the deeper you get in that particular mode. The wave of enemies flood the level and get tougher and tougher. Superhot definitely gives you a fun factor within the aspects given. It's definitely a pro for me. My next and last pro is that for the very simplistic art style that Superhot has, the white level layout, red enemies, and black weapons, it actually works for this particular game. It's like the developers wanted to be a beta build style video game with unfinished things that it makes you progress through the video game itself. It isn't a jaw-dropping or stunning art style, but what it goes for in simplicity you can appreciate, and the fact that the developers have truly made it work for what it was going for, which was being inside the video game aspect. It's a pro for me.
Now, see, when I was going through Superhot, I was expecting this game to not have that many issues or bugs or flaws, anything like that. But Superhot has some major problems, and it has some minor problems as well. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the cons.
My first con for Superhot is that you can beat the story in a matter of 2 to 3 hours tops. It's a fairly short story, you can really breeze through the campaign in a short amount of time. Now some cutscenes may take up some time, you may restart a few levels due to some devs, but for the most part, Superhot is very short and very beatable quickly. Actually beatable in the time of day and when you bought it. It doesn't stop the fun factor, but definitely kill the immersion that the campaign has. It's definitely a con for me. My next and last con for Superhot is that there's no true incentives for playing the challenge or endless modes. It's kind of just there to be there once you're finished with the story. It doesn't give you extra campaign levels or some cool unlocks for some different levels or anything else. It's actually just there. And while it's fun for the most part to play with, it's kind of those one and done that after you play most of the challenges. Considering once you do the campaign levels and not its own challenge built in base levels so it can give a true challenge, it's pretty disappointing. And it is definitely a con for me. But all in all, Superhot is definitely a fun and crazy title. From the mind-tripping campaign to the time-utilizing one-hit kill by enemies necessary gameplay, to the fun as all-hell challenge and endless mode, it does give you some varying instances I can go about the challenge modes of pure all-out survival within endless mode. And even the simplistic art style that Superhot has, you can appreciate it giving you that video game feeling while within the game itself. But the short campaign, which is beatable in less than 3 hours, and the one-and-done extra modes can get quite boring as well. But I'll be giving Superhot a 3.5 out of 5.
Alright guys, that concludes my Superhot review. Stay tuned because I have many more reviews coming to this channel from Doom, Dark Souls 3, Uncharted 4, Ratchet & Clank, and many more hidden in the shadows, so stay tuned for those as well. Also, I am announcing multi-reviews. Reviews for games that I missed in one big video on the Xbox One side and PS4 side, so stay tuned for those as well. Also, if you haven't seen my Let's Plays on my Outlast Whistleblower Let's Play, check the description box below, and I have the episodes there in the link in the description box below, so check those out in your free time as well. Also, if you haven't followed me on Twitch and Twitter. It'll be in the description box below as well. I'll drop the links to those. And if you haven't seen my last commentary video, which is on Overwatch, go check that out. I'll put that in the description box below as well. You know, I like Overwatch and I have some pretty opinions on it, so go check that out on your free time. So without further ado, guys, and until next video and until next time, we'll tune in, turn up, and throw down. I'm out.